Got it. Okay. Good afternoon, good morning, everybody, wherever you are. It might be night, it might be day, but we are going to get back to our Zoom chat. And it's really great to see our two ladies and women in weed. Um, we invited a whole bunch of more people today, and I'm behind our Thanksgiving Women in Weed episode 182. Just think about, whoa, I just dropped my cookies. Okay, hang on, I'm coming back. And so it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I'm going to actually let's see, are we recording this right now? We are not recording this. Let's see here. We are going to be going boom, stop live stream, boom, reaction, stop recording. Okay, we are recording. Okay, so we're really beautiful today. And in fact, I am. I got up, I shaved, I talked to the universe and prayed for everybody just being so delightfully thankful for this week that's happening. It is Thanksgiving, and some people, like the indigenous people, don't like the memories of what is wrapped around here. But if we give thanks to everybody for weed pumpkins, and the fact that there's a few of us working on this highway of love, the 420 highway. In fact, you all deserve to see me, so I'll open my heart up there. There we go. So there I am, everybody, and it's Weeds Day, and so happy Thanksgiving, and I'll just swipe that one out of there. There we go. Okay, and then I will make our little baby poem there. Give to our prisoners, everybody. The war on drugs is stupid. And today I even have the T-shirt. I'm gonna open up my blouse here. Can guys say I wear a blouse? On Women in Weeds Day, I wear a blouse, but I've got my Women in Cannabis shirt on today from the expo, and I used to have my award here, but I went to the Women in Cannabis, everybody, and had two microphones and a bunch of banners and all my swag. And they gave me an award, a little plaque for having the most beautiful booth, the best booth. So they called it Dank, my Dank booth. And so, and on our green stream, we have my Papa Bear there. He's watching over us. So everybody give thanks to the people that brought you in and the people on the other side, all the Canna people that have been trying to get the world to realize that marijuana, whether it's real or fake, marijuana is not fake. But we had Chris Boucher talk about Delta the other day. It's made in the laboratory, and kids can get it. Just be careful what you do with it, how you give it to whomever. And let's see if I can get rid of that. Little, I'm gonna. There we go, right there. That was the window on the world. So I'm really excited to give thanks today for the living, the giving, and the sharing. You can go to, um, you can pray it forward at relief-foundation.org, and there's also Freedom Grow. Freedomgrow.org is a really beautiful organization. They do everything. They're in Florida with Randy Lanier doing golf tournaments, and so we are.
Can you put those in the chat, Jeff? Those two things you just mentioned. Can you write those down in the chat for us?
In the chat box? Yeah, sure.
That would be it. That would be the chat.
Yeah. You mean this chat right here? Let's see. No, that's participants. Let's see if I can get chat box. Chat box. Okay. There we go. Okay. So it's RE1, I believe. Nope, that's reunion. Let's see. REL1. Okay, relieffoundation.org. There we go. And then Freedom Grow Okay, so freedomgrow.org. And
Thanks, Jeff.
yeah, you got it. So that's really beautiful. Pass them on to everybody all around the world. Rada Baba, Weed Hopper is in France. Jeannie is in Washington State with me, and Crazy Pop Mom with the great refrigerator there is in Canada. And so that's really beautiful. I'm glad to have everybody here on equal terms and beautiful love and light, because Thanksgiving is a time where those of us who don't have parents anymore, we get so old, we outlive our mom and dads, you know, and maybe we're alone, but I hope you find your prisoner to latch onto and write a letter to today, everybody. So write a letter to Edwin. Edwin was on last week, and I sent my paperwork in finally to go visit him. So send me a plane ticket, somebody. Huh?
What's his address? Why don't you put that in the chat box?
Okay, let's find Edwin's paperwork here. Let's see if it's in the house here. I normally have some goodies here with Edwin's address. Well, we will. You know, you can also ping me, everybody, at J Eichen, EICHEN at anet.net.
Put it in the chat box.
Yeah, but nobody sees the chat box when we're
I'm not nobody.
Oh, okay. Okay, there. Is that what you want? Okay. So I'll keep it up here for a while, everybody, because I'll keep it up for a while because I am going to Roku and people can see that. So relief-foundation.org, freedomgrow.org, and jiken@anet.net to get Edwin's address. That's the only prisoner that I know right now that I'm working on. I'm going to go back in. And, you know, the US Weed channel has asked me to do an episode for them or for a Netflix thing or something. They want to monetize me and raise the money to send me to interview all the prisoners around the country and make that a show. So who votes for that? Yay, I do. 3 fingers, everybody. So that's really cool and fun. But we're going to start off by sharing some Thanksgiving here for you today. You know, don't be too unexcited that this is not a weed song, but this is something that's going to open your hearts, everybody. So I'm a heart kind of guy, you know, and I won't use the double entendre what I got on, but my heart is open for you all. But I want to share with you all this song that I recorded here. It's really kind of cool. Check it out. In hard times, everybody, we go to the tube and find some beautiful humans. Can everybody see Lala above the TV in my house? That's Lala. We invited her today. We'll see if she comes. Praise you, Lala. So everybody, while we're in here, let's just give you a little intro. Woohoo! There's a turkey. I have fun making my show, everybody. Money to us to give to the prisoners. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here with WEEDSDAYS, episode 182. So I hope you remember the 70s. We had David Bowie, Ground Control to Major Tom, and the rest. So just remember, nobody deserves to be in jail for a joint. And love and light to all of you. And let's end this prohibition. Happy parade. So much is going on for all of us in our life. Just stay nice, stay friends, and help each other. She was placed here for all of us to enjoy. So why is anybody in jail for a plant? I have one more incredible video to play. And right after this, are you ready, Rodimus, to read the news this morning early?
Sure, man.
Okay, here we go, everybody. Hang on. Here we go. Take it away, Mr. Perra.
Wow, that was like a serious news intro. Thank you, Jeffrey. Very nice, thank you. All right, so here's the news for today. I'm going to be jumping around a little bit here. We've got a few items to go over. Okay, so asking for privacy, hip-hop legend and longtime marijuana enthusiast Snoop Dogg says he's going to stop smoke, though he didn't specify exactly what that might mean. Quote, after much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke, Snoop wrote in a message shared on Instagram and X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, on Thursday. Please respect my privacy at this time. The rapper and entrepreneur, who has become known for his own weed-related adventures over the years, provided no additional details in his brief announcement, which came the week after a new marijuana-adjacent product was introduced bearing his name. Representatives for the 52-year-old Snoop, born Calvin Cortazar Broaddus Jr., did not immediately respond to the Associated Press's request for comment Friday. But that didn't stop ample speculation from fans, many of whom filled the comments of Snoop's post after being caught off guard by his decision. Now, I do have an update for this that is not written down here, so I'm going to kind of wing this. On Instagram today, I saw Snoop sitting down saying, yes, I have decided to give up smoke. And then he presents a new type of fireplace, an outdoor fireplace device that does not produce smoke. You put wood in it, wood inside of it, and it burns, and it's smokeless. So I have a funny feeling this whole thing might have been a little bit of a marketing ploy on his part.
It's definitely a hoax. It's definitely, and even if he said he was going to quit smoking, he'd still be eating edibles. He'd still be doing the oils, like all that. So no, I don't believe that. So yeah, I agree.
Thank you, Tamara, for interrupting the news with that update. Appreciate that. Okay. So further on here,
now, children.
Thank you. I appreciate the confirmation there. That's called, what is that called? It's called, yeah, that's called getting a second confirmation. So Tamara, you just substantiated the new news that I presented, and I am grateful to you. All right, so here we go with more news. This part hopefully is not a hoax. And this is coming from, let's see here. Well, let's see now. Oh, let's go forward here to another report. Oh, yes. Oregon's first in the nation drug decriminalization law is facing pushback amid the fentanyl crisis. Let's see. So, so what's going on here? Let's see here. It says that 3 years ago, nearly 2/3 of Oregon voters approved a ballot measure decriminalizing illicit drugs, backing the idea that addiction treatment is more effective than jail. But now, public drug use in cities such as Portland and a surge in fentanyl overdose deaths have created a backlash against the first in the nation law. So yeah, this is gonna edit through some stuff here. Yeah, it's saying here that Oregon's first in the nation law decriminalized the possession of small amounts of heroin, cocaine, and other illicit drugs in favor of an emphasis on addiction treatment. That bill is facing strong headwinds in the progressive state after an explosion of public drug use fueled by the proliferation of fentanyl and a surge in deaths from opioids, including those of children. The inability for people to live their day-to-day life without encountering open-air drug use is so pressing on urban folks' minds, says John Herbick, Vice President of polling firm research, DHM Research. This has very much changed people's perspective about what they think Measure 110 is. When the law was approved by 58% of Oregon voters 3 years ago, supporters championed Measure 110 as a revolutionary approach that would transform addiction by minimizing penalties for drug use and investing instead in recovery. But even top Democratic lawmakers who back the law, which will likely dominate the upcoming legislative session, say they're now open to revisiting it after the biggest increase in synthetic opioid deaths among states that have reported their numbers. The cycle of addiction and homelessness spurred by fentanyl is most visible in Portland, where it is not unusual to see people shooting up in broad daylight on busy city streets. Everything's on the table, said Democratic State Senator Kate Lieber, co-chair of a new joint legislative committee created to tackle addiction. We have got to do something to make sure that we have safer streets and that we're saving lives, unquote. Measure 10 directed the state's cannabis tax revenue toward drug addiction treatment services while decriminalizing the possession of so-called personal use amounts of illicit drugs. Possession under a gram of heroin, for example, is only subject to a ticket and a maximum fine of $100 in Oregon. Those caught with small amounts of drugs can have a citation dismissed by calling the 24-hour hotline to complete an addiction screening within 45 days. But those who don't do a screening are not penalized for failing to pay the fine. In the first year after the law took effect in February 2021, only 1% of people who received citations for possession sought help via the hotline, state auditors found. Critics of the law say this doesn't create an incentive to seek treatment. Republican lawmakers have urged Democratic Governor Tina Kotek to call a special session to address the issue before the legislature reconvenes in February. They have proposed harsher sanctions for possession and other drug-related offenses, such as mandatory treatment and easing restrictions on placing people under the influence on holds in facilities such as hospitals as if they pose a danger to themselves or others. Treatment should be a requirement, not a suggestion, a group of Republican state representatives said in a letter to Kotek. Law enforcement officials who have testified before the new Legislative Committee on Addiction have proposed reestablishing drug possession as a Class A misdemeanor, which is punishable by up to a year in jail or a $6,250 fine. We don't believe a return to incarceration is the answer, but restoring a Class A misdemeanor for possession with diversion opportunities is critically important, Jason Edmison, chief of police in the small rural city of Hermiston in Northeast Oregon, told the committee. However, data shows decades of criminalizing possession hasn't deterred people from using drugs. In 2022, nearly 25 million Americans, roughly 8% of the population, reported using illicit drugs other than marijuana in the previous year, according to the annual National Survey on Drug Use and Health. Some lawmakers have suggested focusing on criminalizing public drug use rather than possession. Alex Cright, assistant professor of law at Northern Kentucky University and director of its Center on Addiction Law and Policy, said such an approach could help curb visible drug use on city streets, but wouldn't address what's largely seen as the root cause, homelessness. Quote, there are states that don't have decriminalization that have these same difficult problems with public health and public order and just quality of life issues related to large-scale homeless populations in downtown areas, he said, mentioning California as an example. Backers of Oregon's approach say decriminalization isn't necessarily to blame, as many other states with stricter drug laws have also reported increases in fentanyl deaths. But estimates from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention show among the states reporting data, Oregon had the highest increase in synthetic opioid overdose fatalities when comparing 2019 and the 12-month period ending June 30th, as a 13-fold surge from 84 deaths to more than 1,100. Among the next highest was neighboring Washington, which saw its estimated synthetic opioid overdose deaths increase 7-fold when comparing those same time periods. CDC data shows. Nationally, overdose deaths involving synthetic opioids such as fentanyl roughly doubled over that time span. Roughly 2/3 of all deadly overdoses in the U.S. in the 12 months ending June 30th involved synthetic opioids, federal data shows. Well, supporters of Oregon's law say it was confronted by a perfect storm of broader forces, including the COVID-19 pandemic, a mental health workforce shortage, and the fentanyl crisis, which didn't reach fever pitch until after the law took effect in early 2021. The biggest glaring difference is that they're still not dealing with fentanyl and meth. Lily Morgan, the only Republican senator in Oregon, says, noting the country also has universal health care. Despite public perception, the law has made some progress by directing $265 million of cannabis tax revenue towards standing up the state's new addiction treatment infrastructure. The law also created what are known as behavioral health resource networks in every county, which provide care regardless of the ability to pay. The networks have ensured about 7,000 people entered treatment from January to March of this year, doubling from nearly 3,500 people from July through September 2022, state data shows. The law's funding also has been key for providers of mental health and addiction services because it has created a sustainable, predictable funding home for services that never had that before, said Heather Jeffries, executive director of Oregon Council for Behavioral Health, which represents such providers. It would be a mistake to overturn 110 right now because I think that would make us go backwards, Lieber, the Democratic senator, said. Just repealing it will not solve our problem. Even if we didn't have Prop 110, we would still be having significant issues. All right. That is article number 1. I think that's actually both things.
That was both.
Okay. There was something else you sent me, but you said you wanted to read it. Is that right, Jeff?
Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can do that here. Everybody, we're still in the news, and thank you, Mr. Weedhopper. And everybody, this is the infamous friend of mine of 40, maybe longer years, Mr. Rodimus Perra. We help each other through the day, through the night. He's in France. I'm in the dance in Washington State, and we're going to end prohibition together. We're going to watch it in our lifetime get better and better and better each time we go, each time we grow. But I wanted to also read something to you guys and gals. Let me pull myself up to the see if I can get myself into the mix here. I found this letter. Can everybody see my letter that I have?
Can't read it.
But it's on gold leaf. There's a little gold line around it and everything like that. So I have this letter. This is not the article I want to read for the news, but this is news, and it's pertaining to a call out and a shout out to Snoop, the grandfather of our, pot world. There's Slightly Stupid, there's Melissa Etheridge, there's all these 420 imbibers that are very famous. We want them to step up. But I wrote this on May 8th, 2022. Okay, so that's quite a while ago. And it says, Dear Snoop, I'm Jeffrey Eichen from an OG from the old days back in LA, 1983 at Club Radio with Ice-T and the gang. LA and I also got to hang out with Jack Harrer on Wilshire Boulevard doing 420 rallies. Remember, this is a letter I wrote to Snoop, and I don't know if it got to him. I gave it to somebody on stage when Snoop was upstage to give to him. We don't know if it ever got to him. I made a documentary about 420 POWs, everybody. Lifer's Madness, the movie with Tommy Chong. I have assisted many plant prisoners home just by getting louder. I haven't walked them out. I haven't gone to the board and physically done that. But I believe our show and our light and me going to see Edwin could make the energy, not only quantum energy, if you believe in that, but the actual physical energy of going there and bringing attention on that day and further that I was there, that we were paying attention to one guy of 3,000 in jail for whatever they are, violent crimes or non-violent crimes. So it says, I've made a documentary about 420 POWs, Lifer's Madness. Lifer's Madness, lifersthemovie.com, everybody. So I'm in the beginning of stages to prepare a celebrity golf outing with an NFT art auction fundraiser the night before, not to be outdone by an arena concert in 2023, together with many celebrities and musicians for the Relief, RELEAF Foundation, fund for the X420 POWs and their families. I mean, the ones that are home, they're going to be at the concert, and we're going to raise all of money for their families for 30 years of them being in jail. Think about if they got $1,000 for every year. Even that kind of money wouldn't repay them building a house or weddings or hospitalizations for their kids or schooling. So many celebrities and musicians for the relief fund for the X420 POWs and their families that are freed and coming home. All ticks will be collectible NFTs at Oakland Coliseum. 42,000 NFT tickets for 420, the date that we're planning on doing this concert. Well, it's gone by and we're organizing and we're still getting ready to do something, but we have yet to bring the dog on board. So I was told you actually sold out Oakland Coliseum on 420 in 2019, just before lockdown with COVID. So I was in LA for almost 30 years, always navigating the end of Prohibition with Jack and the hip hop crew. And now I have momentum, and this is my dream. So I'm directly connected to the prisoners, and I go into prisons and film them. Weldon D'Angelo's, Angelos, and Amy Pova just went to the White House. This is back in 22, and discussed powerful medicine with the new director, the director of pardons, and they're on my team. So we have a pretty amazing team, everybody. And for the news, that's just the news. We were talking about Snoop stopping the smoke, but maybe he's stopping so he can get prepared to come on board and do our concert. So maybe, bing, 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 bing. So we're really excited that that Snoop is making decisions to modify his behavior. Changing is difficult, but if hey, Woody Harrelson stopped for 2 years and then he came back and he toked a bowl, I mean, come on. So, I don't think we can get Willie to stop because it's his medicine, but maybe Snoop will come out. It might be a really incredible job that he's doing because he's going to tell everybody, that he's taking a break or that he's doing this or he's doing that. It said in the article, correct, Rodimus, about his family.
Well, it just said, please respect my family. It didn't say anything else.
Oh, I thought he said I thought that it said that he consulted his family or that it was his family asked him or something.
We've already disproved this thing as a hoax.
Well, I don't think it's a hoax, but it could be. But
I saw him doing a commercial for a new smokeless backyard fireplace product, and it was the intro is him sitting there talking about how he doesn't want to do smoke anymore. And he goes, and now here's my new fireplace that I'm selling you online.
Oh, it was a smokeless fireplace, not a. Okay, that's pretty funny. That's hilarious. So, anyways, so we still want you, Snoop, and I got that letter. I'll put it in the Cosmic, episode 182, Women in Weed. So let me see if I can find everybody. If I can find my let's see if I can find my my news. I have some news for you here. Let's see if there's any. Okay, I've got some news for you. Okay, we're still in the news, everybody. Missouri Cannabis recalls on Women in Weeds Day 182 episode. Missouri Cannabis recalls 15,000 products taken off the shelves. Published November 7th, 2023. What the fuck, everybody? This is like amazing that we're in this time and era that we're experiencing this. So Missouri's sweeping cannabis recall has sent ripples through the cannabis community. When you hear a recall, your mind might dart to images of a faulty car, brakes, or contaminated lettuce. Quota lives, but Missouri's burgeoning cannabis industry, the word has taken on a whole new meaning. Missouri's sweeping cannabis recall has sent ripples through the cannabis community, serving a cautionary tale about the importance and the quality control and the regulatory oversight in the industry in its still adolescent days. The backstory reads, a mishap in the making. Products that patients rely on for everything from pain relief to good night's sleep. Yeah, one of my buddies and even a family member uses CBD products. You have to get them sometimes not at Safeway, but at the cannabis market. So and a good night's sleep were suddenly under scrutiny. That's not a word. The recall announced August was a significant, not just a handful of products, but a swath across the market. Hang on, I'm gonna get my face back up here because I have the technology to do that because I'm not reading this in a dual area here. Okay, so I have the technology to do that. There we go.
See your face, Jeff.
Okay, so I'm going to do some swapping around here.
It's such a handsome face too.
Boom. And then I'm going to go and get my newsletter again. Bada bing, bada bang, bada bing, bada bang. Let's see if I can do that.
Especially 40 years ago. Look at that phenomenon.
So I'm looking for my, there we go. Okay, nope, that's not it. So we're going to get the other one. So here we go. Okay, so we're going to go boom. All right, so since we can't do that, here we go. Okay, everybody. That is a failure of communication to myself here. So I'm going to say that the patients rely on everything from pain relief to Okay, it's a concern that these products don't meet the state's stringent testing requirements, which are in place to protect the consumer from potential contaminants. Fast forward a few months, and Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services took decisive action. By November, the state has plucked approximately 15,000 products from the shelves, a move that speaks volumes about their commitment to safety, but also raises the question about complexity of regulation and relativity, and relatively new market. So it's a new market, and Washington State got rid of the medical stores, and now the recreational stores or the stores in Missouri are doing this. Where are they going to stop, and how are we going to get marijuana legalized, and when we voted in, just leave it alone. Just let everybody get their medicine. For local dispensaries and cultivators, the recall was more than just an inconvenience. It was a wake-up call. Cannabis businesses, many still in their early stages, had to navigate the tricky waters to protect of a product recall, balancing the need to maintain customer trust with logical challenges of pulling product from the market. Consumers, for their part, faced reality that the cannabis products they trust for medical and recreational use are not immune to the growing pains of the industry finding its footing. Wow. As the dust settles, everybody, the Missouri cannabis recall is shaping up to be a case study that the importance of quality control. And I've always said that too. I think that when they come in and check for mold in a 1 million acre industrial inside grow, 1,000 acres or a football field size warehouse, do they go all the way to the back and find that there's no mold all the way to the back? Do they spot check? How do they do that? So I'm agreeing to that, but at the same time, balancing the need to maintain consumer trust with the logistical challenges of pulling product from the market are not immune to the growing pains of the industry. As the dust settles, it's a case study. The state regulators have been working overtime to ensure that such an incident doesn't happen again. The broader conversation about the role of the regulation of cannabis industry, a topic that is to this point has often been met with patchwork at a state level. So that is true, and told you what happened here in Washington. And we lost gummy bears like last summer because of children getting into the jars. And what the hell? Parents, get them away and put locks on them, on the jars. Looking ahead, the Missouri recall is likely to influence how other states approach cannabis regulations. There's a balance to be struck here between promoting thriving cannabis market and ensuring that the products are safe for consumers. And more states legalize cannabis in various forms. They'll be looking for Missouri's experience as a guide to learning, not just from what went wrong, but the corrective steps to be taken to restore confidence in the market. In the end, the recall may have been a tough pill for Missouri's cannabis industry to swallow, but it's one that could very well ensure long-term health market by tackling the issue ahead. So that's pretty interesting, everybody. That we have that as a mark of doom and gloom, but maybe not. Maybe it's not doom and gloom. Maybe they were right by saying that that it's time for us to do more about. I mean, I've always said we should get 12 of the OGs and maybe some youngsters also, not maybe, probably, and have them have a higher level place in the cannabis legalization world where they make one, this is my take, okay, where they make one rule or one ruling or one way that everybody does the same way, that not just these yahoos in different states do it according to what they feel and what they say, because look at the backlash right now. And so I think if there was one, I forgot the word that I used earlier, it was a couple of years ago, but the one law, the one law, and then there would be no question from state to state how to do this and how to do that, and gummy bears and versus medical versus the ketamine and the delta and all that stuff. But if we had a board of 12 incredible OGs and people in the industry that are younger that need to follow us also when we leave to manage this, because we have to end prohibition, everybody. So it's really important. So on WEEDSDAY here, I'm going to try to get my shot back here. I am, there we go. So make this window pull through. Okay, so we're back in action. it's Women in Weeds Day here. You know, there was a woman who made a film, came to Port Townsend where I live, and she showed her film. It was the Women in Weed film and their organization. She interviewed all the ladies that were growers. There's a lot of ladies that are growers and growing millions of pounds or thousands of acres, and they're really incredible humans. So on Women of Weeds Day, we want to honor the women. Tamara, thank you so much for sending the trays. I've got the trays. In fact, Jeannie, why don't you speak a little bit, and I'll go get a couple trays and share off Tamara's beautiful trays. I got them in the mail. So we're actually rolling, everybody. So Tamara, come on board and tell us a little bit about the motherly aspect of the weed and how nobody deserves to be in jail for a plant. And I'll go get some trays.
Tomorrow to you, Jim.
Right. I was like, oh, he's saying it wrong, but it's okay. Anyway, you got me wanting to talk about everything. The fact that you got the trays, okay? This has been a worry for me, and the other people got the trays and the other things a couple of days ago. And I was like, I just hope that Jeff is just trying to like woo on the show and then he's just not got them. So I was like having hopes that he's had them.
They just came yesterday.
Yesterday? Okay.
They just came yesterday in this handmade box. It's all beautiful. So let's see if I can do this without dropping them. There's some beautiful handmade cards coming with them, and they're really beautiful. And this is a beautiful tray. It's a beautiful tray, and you can see how there's a hole in it. That's because there's a green leaf on it.
Closer, Jeffrey. Closer.
There's a green leaf on there because it's got so these are beautiful trays. These are beautiful trays, and I will show them to you one at a time.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorites here. This is one of my favorites.
Oh.
And so
that's lovely.
wait, do I have to?
Wow, you did such a good job.
Hang
oh
on.
my goodness.
Hang on.
Those ones have the numbers on the back
Hang on.
for
Hang
the
on.
ones that are on your site.
Hang on. I'm
And
going to
then
see
the
if I have
other
to turn
one
off the
that
green
looks
screen.
Christmassy is up to you.
Hang on. I'm going to see if I can turn off the green screen here.
Did you hear what Tamara said, Jeff?
Of course I did. So I'm turning off green screen here and gonna get, there we go.
Oh, so
There we go. So there we go, everybody.
Oops.
I turned off the green screen, and so they're not greening anymore. And so hang on, there's more. So we'll
Okay,
give
so
it-
all the pot leaves go under a black light. So I sent a black light. So make sure everybody that purchases a tray gets a black light so they can play with the weed leaf in it.
Okay, so all you stoners, remember that that these trays are gonna be Dorothy. Remember everybody, Dorothy. We're gonna auction these trays off maybe next episode for $420 because they're beautiful. They're brassly and they're ghastly and brassly, and they come with a little package here, and they're just beautiful. And that's a great size tray. I mean, I've seen all sorts of rolling trays before, but I like the deepness of this so your seeds don't roll out. But if you get any seeds, because people don't sell pot with seeds anymore, save them and grow them. I've got a weed on my hat here, right here. There's a little weed button there. But so there's 3. Hang on, I got one more to show you here, everybody. Oh no, I got 2 more. Oh, this is a beauty. That's a beauty.
Those are beautiful. Good job, Tamara.
And the resin came out beautiful.
It did, didn't it? I'm really shocked because it's hard to work with when you have not a flat surface because it wants to level out itself, right? So it's like, no, I want to level down there. I want to level down there. And I'm like, no, you're going to level all over. So yeah, we have a little argument, but it did work out well.
So we got one more here.
You did an absolutely spectacular job, and I feel like I understand you through your art so much more, and it makes me love you even more. Brilliant job, girl. Brilliant.
Thank you. Okay,
Hey.
so that one there,
Whoa.
Jeff, is the one that you said. That's the one that you just said that you wanted, Jeff. So you decide how much you want to pay me for it, or sell it. But that is the one that you requested for yourself.
That's gorgeous.
And
It's just coming up to Christmas, so it's a beautiful color for that.
And did the leaf get a little too high?
Nope, that's a Christmas tree. That's a Christmas tree.
Oh, okay. Well, this is Stoner's Delight, everybody. Straight from the mouth of babes. I love that one. And so, everybody, this is Jeff Eichen here, going back to green screen here. Here we go. Okay, we're back in green screen. So thank you, Crazy Pop Mom. It sometimes takes a month of Sundays to do anything in life, but we're so blessed. And we'll get Dorothy back.
It really did. No, I take full responsibility for how long it took, because it did take a very long time. But then it also took, once it got out of my hands to into the person that sends my stuff away, also took a long time. I was like, girl, I had this anxiety all this time. When I give it to you, I want it to go away. So you need to send it so it goes away.
Beautiful.
So I'm really glad you guys got them that fast. She must have put them in priority shipping or something, because that was super fast to get all the way to the States for 2 different orders.
Super fast. It was Prime. So we have Prime delivery. So, yeah, sir.
I had a quick question. When you wrote down Freedom Grow in the chat, which I now have underneath my my screen, you can see it has ReedleafFoundation.org and freedomgrow.org, and then your email address. But when it's going by on your little banner underneath your window,
Yeah,
it's spelled differently. It doesn't say Freedom Grow the same way.
Oh,
So
maybe I did that. Maybe I did that out of haste. Hang on. Let's see
Which
how.
is the correct version?
Hang on. I'm gonna find out here. Hang on just a minute. I'm gonna edit that here. Let's see what it says here. Bada bing, bada bang. I'm gonna edit that. So forever mobile, boom. Let's see here. So let's see what it says here. It says here, praying it forward, everybody, and we are going to go happy Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving. Give to our prisoners of war, drugs, relief-foundation.org, and freedom. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, I just hit the E instead of the W. So let me see if I can edit that. I got an edit button here. Let's see. I can't find the edit, so we're just going to have to tell everybody that's freaking Freedom Grow there. Yeah, it's not letting me edit. Here it says.
If people can see my screen, it's. I guess, is that the correct version on my screen, Jeff?
No, I'm just gonna change it right now. I've got it. I've got it. Thank you for your assistance, my dear grasshopper. And there we go. So watch it scroll now. I did it with my technology in the weed program of the day. We fixed it.
Yay!
Okay, but we need to actually change my other one. Let's see if I can do that. What happened? I went blank. Okay, the recording has ended. Okay, boom. Okay, so we're gonna go boom, boom, and I'm going to edit the. Gosh, the editing on this new version sucks.
What do you need to edit? It looks good now. I see.
No. But I've got. Hang on. Relief Foundation. We don't have .org behind Relief Foundation. .org, and then everybody, this is what I do for a living. So send me some dough to fly to get Edwin. So everybody, we're raising money for the prisoners. It's the holidays. It's Thanksgiving. It's episode 182. And we honor the women in weed. We honor the women that are taking care of the babies, not only the plants, but the children that are yet to come behind us and make hemp houses. We want hemp houses and hempcrete to have the next generation. We want hemp plastic. So everybody, I'm going to show you some hemp plastic right here, right now. Look, 2019 hemp plastic on a 3D printer, hemp freaking plastic. And this incredible, I don't have my hemp sunglasses, but this incredible pyramid, this hemp plastic pyramid that I got at the show in Colorado. And hopefully Rodimus will be here to go to the show this time with me and walk the floor, because you know how the last show went in Colorado. So we are going to promote the women in weed for the mamas to teach their children about hemp plastic and hempcrete. Here's some hempcrete, everybody, to build your house out of sustainable products. The planet needs sustainability, not only for the volcanoes that are going off and the anger and the frustration and fear, but for clean food, so we can abolish cancer. And there are no magic bullets, and cancer, and there's no RSO that fixes cancer. But I talked to somebody last week and they said they got a new RSO that is better than the old RSO. So I don't care, better sweater. I just don't want an ugly sweater. Well, ugly sweaters are what Christmas is all about. So thank you, Rodimus. And Jeannie, come on and give us your womanly advice for the holidays.
Well, if you look behind me, you can see that this is a picture of our universe. And that little white bit says, this is where we are as Earthlings. That means we're who's. We are who's down in Whoville. That's what we are. And if we're who's down in Whoville, then just like our good doctor once said, why should we care about those that don't? Those that don't matter won't mind, and those that matter don't mind too, and only those that matter mind anyway, or something like that. It's the good doctor who said it, Dr. Seuss, look it up. Meanwhile, you'll be penning a letter to the prisoners, because we are fully aware that we have to be on this Thanksgiving, let's change it around. Let's make it so that every single time we come together, we'll first say, you know, we'll be mindful of what happened here, but then we'll change it. And we'll say from here on, we'll bid you peace and love, our brothers and our sisters, and we'll come for those 420 plant prisoners because they matter. And we'll come together and we'll make Thanksgiving a higher Thanksgiving, a better Thanksgiving. Let's do everything better. That's all I've got to say. Let's do it all better.
And tell us about a memory that you have, Jeannie. Since it's Women in Weeds Day, we want some more woman time here. Tell us a memory you have about sitting around the table with your family and your mom. Tell us about your mom. Tell us about your mom. It's Weeds Day, Women in Weeds Day. Oh, nice.
I'm adopted, yes. And I had multiple, quote, families before I got the Klein family. But the Klein family kept me the longest. Despite me, they kept me. And my mom, she was ethereal looking, and I could never say that word. I could only say you eat cereal, which wasn't good enough. But she loved that word, and now I know what it means. And she truly was. She looked like Susan Michi with green eyes. She was an Indian from Washington State, and when she was a small child, the white man did things to her land that I only read about in books. But I came from another country too, and I don't remember anything about it. But I do know that my first Thanksgiving with the Klein family was like none that I had before, and none that I've had since. And I had so much to be thankful for, and I still do. And no matter what I've got and what I don't got, what I don't have, um, I'm always grateful because I'm here. And it's another Thanksgiving to be thankful. And we have so much that we can do together. So much more that we can do together when we lift each other up instead of tearing each other down. So let's not waste one moment being negative when there's all the kind of abilities before us.
Fantastic. Well, everybody on our incredible Weeds Day show, we have beautiful women to take us to share and to be with us. And thank you, Tamara, for your tomorrow for your beautiful heart, your space, and your grace, and your trays. And
Hey, Jeff,
yeah,
my name is Tamara. If that'll help you get it, because I know there's two ways of saying it, so it's Tamara.
I got sideswiped by Rodimus. So CPM, you're the best,
It's
and
an accent.
Tamara. So Tamara, can you give us one story of Thanksgiving for you? Give us one Thanksgiving story.
We used to do all that stuff with my husband's mom. So yeah, Thanksgiving was a very big deal because everyone she knew and all the families all came to that. So yeah, it was always a big thing. But then she passed away, and now it's just, I don't know. It's not like it's another day, but it's not the day that we always enjoyed, if that makes any sense.
But you give thanks for coming on the show, and that tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So we're thankful to have you. We're thankful to have you.
I did Thanksgiving a few weeks ago here in Canada.
You mean like daylight savings time? The Thanksgiving is different in Canada?
It is.
Oh my God, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I guess it's because that's when they found Canada, and that's when we're thankful. And you guys are thankful because it was a different day when that all happened for you. I don't really know. I don't want to say the stories because I don't know. But yeah, we have two different Thanksgivings.
Oh, you mean you don't recall the Pilgrims of Niagara Falls?
I wasn't there. No, I wasn't there.
Well, thank you so much for holding the womanly space in pod. And
thanks for having me here.
Did you have a good grow this year? Did your plants come out?
I did the 3 autos in the backyard, and that's all I did. I didn't do any more. I need to clean out a grow closet because we were going to move, and now we're not moving. So I have to redo what I took down and all that.
Yeah.
But yes, I will be growing again in the next few weeks.
Yay.
Yeah, I had 3 plants. We smoked it all. It was so good.
Nice. Well, thank you so much.
I just got weed from 2 years ago, so I had plants that were really, really big, like 7 feet and 6 feet wide.
Wow.
And I just found those jars from November 2021. So I was like, oh, let's smoke this because it's going to be fabulous. I'm even giving it to my friends, and they're just like, oh my God.
Well, homegrown's the best, everybody. Homegrown's the best.
Right, it is.
On Weeds Day here, we've got a little bit more time and everything like that. Do we have our friendly grasshopper still on stage here?
I'm here.
Hey, why don't you give us a story of Mom and Thanksgiving? I'm going to give you mine after I hear from you.
So when I was married for 30 years to a lady whose mom, right when we got married, my ex's mom moved to southern Oregon, to a little town called Hurricane, Oregon, which is outside of St. George. Anyway, I never had Thanksgivings at my house growing up, even though I grew up in Southern California. My mom wasn't into preparing Thanksgiving dinners, so I didn't really start having real Thanksgiving dinners until I got married. So we would go every year up to this little town right outside of Zion National Park, and just beautiful red rock areas. And my ex's mom, who just passed away this year, She made the most incredible Thanksgiving dinners. I mean, full on turkey and incredible stuffings and just great pies. She made pumpkin pies and she made mincemeat pies, all from scratch, and they were just the best. And it was like very sort of formal, just the three of us for Thanksgiving. But we would always drive up there. It was about a 5-hour drive from LA, and it was just really heartwarming. I started really getting into it, and I would do yard work for her while I was there, and it was starting to get cold, and we were from LA, so this was like the crispy cold weather of southern Utah, which gets pretty bitter in the wintertime, but beautiful clear skies and trips to Zion and the most amazing natural hot springs just outside of Hurricane. And that was one of the main reasons to go, besides the fantastic turkey dinner and then turkey sandwiches for the next couple of days. There were this amazing hot springs that are in this canyon called the Virgin River Gorge. And man, oh man, this really trippy, cool Native American sacred space where the hot water just comes right out of the cliffs and forms these pools. And there's 2 or 3 different pools, and you can lie down in the stream. You can lie down in the stream, and the stream is shallow, cold water flowing by, but you find these places in the sandy bottom that's only like less than a foot deep, and there's bubbles coming out. And if you find one of these bubble spots, you can park your butt and just wiggle your butt and get yourself in there and lie back, and just your head is above the water, and your entire body is getting this effervescent hot bubbles coming up while this cold water is flowing around you. Oh my gosh, that was so good. So that is my personal memory of Thanksgiving, because it had to do with really good food, really nice little family situation, just 3 people, not a bunch of people throwing food at each other, just 3 people. And then the hot springs. Oh yeah. All right, that's my little Thanksgiving story. And that happened year after year after year.
Well, everybody, episode 182, we're going around the horn. We've just been there. I guess it's my turn to give a Thanksgiving memory here. I'm going to pin myself to the front screen. One of my favorite memories was the Thanksgiving that I actually found the truth to Thanksgiving one time, about how it was kind of on my way to becoming a non-turkey, meat vegetarian Thanksgiving kind of thing. And I was at the co-op in Santa Monica, and there was a live turkey there. I don't know if Govinda's did that, but there was a live turkey at the co-op walking around, and we were giving thanks to the live turkey, everybody. And so that was a pretty far out thing, but they were also demystifying, like the day you hear that Santa Claus, was not, I'm not going to say the word because there may be children listening, but the idea was that it was about massacre, and when I went to Standing Rock, that was my favorite Thanksgiving. When we went to Standing Rock and Jane Fonda was there the day before feeding everybody, the day before Thanksgiving. The day of Thanksgiving, there was nothing, but it was like 14 degrees, and the 300 pounds of salmon that we brought in a incredible bus, the Chautauqua bus, with 60 people from Washington State, from Port Townsend. It was so cold that we had to use like these electric saws or saber saw, whatever it was, hacksaws, to cut our meat and then put it on the grill to feed everybody. But we brought 200 pounds of I found out that it was the massacre, and they didn't ever, the indigenous folks there, the Native Americans, however you want to properly call them, don't call me out on that, everybody, but that's when I found my heart was into Thanksgiving as being a day to thank yourself for everything. Thank the turkeys that gave their lives. Thanks the turkeys that are not turkeys anymore, in hatred, and being thankful of yourself expanding and getting better in your life and your chores that you have to do. Because I'm thankful for the women in weed, because today is Women in Weeds Day, and I have to reiterate that because I dubbed that with Brooke from her beautiful show that we hope we have another one, Women in Cannabis Expo. And so thank you, Brooke. We honor you today and your tribe. We hope to be at another Women in Weed Expo, WIW, everybody. So we're really excited for that. So yes.
You need trying to get your attention with the three fingers, Jeff.
Okay, so it's time to do three fingers, I guess. Hang on. So everybody,
No.
we have.
I was putting up two women in weed, love, like that. I wasn't trying to bother you, Jeff.
Oh,
Okay.
It's because we can only see part of you, so I thought you were trying to do that.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Three fingers, everybody. Three. There we go. Wait. Jeannie, we need three fingers. Come on, Jeannie. There we go. Okay. All right, we got it. I'll Photoshop in three fingers. And Rodimus, thank you so much for joining us today. We got 10 more minutes, 9 more minutes on our show, 9 extra minutes. Yeah, interesting, the news today about Missouri. Anybody's take on the way that our prisoners can get this too. They can listen to it and find out what we're doing on the outside to get to them on the inside, and how fucked up it is that the governments and the people that run things are not allowing the medicine to get to the people. Our elders love to go to sleep with some CBD concoctions or a little bit of THC that helps them, and so whatever your prescription is, Missouri may have said in that article, it could be the opening of a new dawn that is okay, but still they took 14,000 products off the shelf. And I think that's a little bit, dominating, or whatever. I don't know the word you would use. But is there any take on anybody in the circle on the change, or how we can have one, legislation? Take one, take two, take three.
I'm in Canada. I have no opinion about what the States is doing, but you guys can go ahead and try.
Well, but you have an opinion on, people that are changing something that was voted in. It's very important for the medicine to come, everybody. That's my take on it. And so I'm just responding to the news and the Snoop news, that it was debunked. We're going to hope it's debunked, because Snoop is the king, of taking that bong toke. And I have the letter that I wrote to Snoop asking him to join the concert, party. So, what do I know? I know that I want all you prisoners to know that we're doing our job for you, that we're blessed with Freedom Grow, and with the Can Do Clemency, and with all of the reform people that are doing Adela and her road that she's traveling, to help bring awareness to where we're going with this whole thing. And I'm just blessed that I have an hour every week to party down with you guys, and to roll a show, and with my co-producer for our concert and best buddy here, Rodimus, it's a pleasure to have you all the time. Can you we just see your eyeballs. Do we have a more comfortable version of you there? Can you tilt your screen a little bit so we can see you?
You kill me.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Is that us at an excellent adventure there, Cirque de Carlos? Come on.
That's me wearing a black jacket and a white shirt, and you wearing a white jacket and a black shirt.
Oh my God, he has studied that picture very closely.
And look at the color of our hair. Our hair color. Wow.
I know, that's
That was
me.
awesome.
Can you imagine, everybody? That's me and that's Rod.
That was 1984.
Woo. Yeah, I loved the Cirque de Carlos, man. Every time
40
they
years
would
ago.
come, yeah. How much? 40 or 30?
Well, 39.
39. Wow.
That I must say, because I'm a grandma 3 times and to my 2 daughters. Thanksgiving is a time to come together. I'm here and I love you. And you're the prisoners that are missing their families. We're going to fill in the gaps for you. We're coming for you. We're not going to forget you, not any of you. You're all loved. You're all welcome. And we're all going to come together over weed. Right?
Right. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Come together right now over weed. So everybody, have a great Thanksgiving. We're going to roll it out of here with our intro. It was a really groovy intro today. Let's pray that Snoop is rolling a fatty right now, and that was what do we debunk that? So let's debunk that in chunkies, and I'll see you all offline. And wait, that's another 3 photo here. Let's do 3 again. Okay, everybody, 3. Hold up 3, Brodimus, because we got a better 3. 3, Brodimus. There, cool. Okay, I love that one. Okay, so that's our thank you card, everybody. Thank you, everybody. We're going to roll out of here. We're going to roll a big one, a big fatty out of here. And just know that, in the old days, I had an apple with a hole in it, and I smoked in the garage. And that was after that. So we lost our Baba Daba Raba, and we're really excited to share our screen and to roll out of here. So thank you so much, everybody, today for a Thanksgiving and a Thanksgiving. So here we go. Ba-da-da-dun-dun. Here we go. So that's our new intro to the so really excited. I like to show our new intro there, but let's get our Weeds Day episode here. 181. Is that 181? Let's see if this is it here. I think this is the wrong one. Let's get 182. Let's go here and go 182. Here we go, everybody. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Money to us to give to the prisoners. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here with WEEDSDAYS, episode 182. So I hope you remember the 70s. We had David Bowie, Ground Control to Major Tom, and and the rest. So just remember, nobody deserves to be in jail for a joy, and love and light to all of you. And let's end this prohibition. Happy parade. So much is going on for all of us in our life. Just stay nice, stay friends, and help each other. Thanks, everybody. Episode 182, Jeff Eichen here, and I am live speaking over our beautiful Smokahontas. And thank you so much again for Thanksgiving. Reach out, send a letter, send some money. I'm going to see Edwin when I get the okay authorization from his parole people. And, well, he's not on parole, but we want him to be. Or home free without parole. So nobody deserves to be in jail. And let's stop war. Hamas is on a break right now, and so is Israel. So have to mention a few little goodies on the regular side. And I'm just blessed to be back here and to share with you that that peace in the Middle East, peace for marijuana, and no prisoners, no new prisons. And so thank you for joining us today, episode 182. It's been my pleasure to, let's see if I can help you out here. It's been my pleasure here on WEEDSDAY to bring in the Snoop Dogg and the Snoopy Dog for your Thanksgiving. Happy football, happy basketball, and happy belly. Eat only what you can. Don't over freaking stuff your freaking face, or take a plate to a homeless person. Love you all. Peace in the Middle East. And that's all I got for you today. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Remember, 3 weed, 2 peace, F schedule 1. Love you. Hem Hem Parade. That's for you, Jack.
Recordings.
My pocket. Foot. Okay, everybody. We're still live on Roku, and we will bring ourselves back here. So we're excited to be stewards of the Weed channel and WEEDSDAY on this network, on POD TV. Thank you so much. And I'm really excited that we got to share with you on Thanksgiving. It's been a pleasure and an honor during the Thanksgiving weekend to share with you. And remember, 3, 2, 1. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Nobody deserves to be in jail for a plant.